Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Danny Matthews, and today we're going to talk about 5 tips I wish I knew when I started Adobe Premiere. So these things are fairly simple, but a lot of people don't know about it just because the software is so extensive and there's so much about it. So I'm going to give you these 5 tips that will be really helpful for you in your workflow and everything else that you may not even know you can do. Let's jump into the first tip. The first one saves me so much time. I wish I knew about this when I first started it. It is how to solve most problems in Adobe Premiere. So Adobe Premiere has a lot of issues and errors that it just kind of incurs as you use it. And the best way to avoid most of those is because usually your media cache is too full. So what you have to do is go into your preferences and then go under media cache. Under your media cache, there is a section where it says remove all media cache. What you're going to do is go ahead and delete that. Now don't worry, these files are from past projects that saved just to make the project go a little bit quicker. That way it doesn't have to keep rendering everything. Down below under my media cache management, I have it set to if it exceeds 50 gigabytes, it's automatically going to delete any cache files that I have. Most projects I have don't really concern that, and my M1 chip can handle pretty much anything, so I'm not too worried. This next tip is pretty cool. I found it out on my own. Maybe you guys searched it up, maybe you know about it, maybe you don't. But this tip is how to import a project file into a project file. So you can import a project file from Adobe or After Effects or even Audition or anything like that and just put it right into Adobe. All you have to do is go ahead and drag and drop it right into your project folder. It's fairly simple. And then when you import it, if you want to have everything from that other project in there, that way you can just copy and paste everything and make it really efficient for you, go ahead and import the entire project. And what it's going to do is going to have everything that is in that file. And then if you need to cross-reference these project files or maybe copy and paste some information or use the same sequences, you can go ahead and do that. This is also really effective for After Effects if you're having issues exporting out of After Effects, which I've had many problems with this for some reason just in the past. What I did is I took the After Effects project and I just straight up imported it into the Adobe Premiere, and I was able to use those graphics. This next tip is super helpful with organization and something you definitely want to have when you get more advanced into Adobe Premiere. It is color label. So basically you have 2 different options to do this. You can go ahead and label the clips when you import it into the project and into your sequence. You can go ahead and right click on the footage or on the adjustment layer or whatever that effect is, and you can go over to label and change the color to whatever you need it to be. If you want to do a batch label, it's going to be a lot easier if you're in your project panel and you select all the footage that you want to have as the same color, and you can go ahead and select all of that, right click it and do the same thing as the label and select what color you need. Now this next one seems pretty stupid, but honestly I've had a lot of people ask me how do I change autosave and how long it autosaves, or if I just don't want it all together. I highly don't recommend that. Maybe have autosave every 15-20 minutes. But if you wanted to shut it off or change the duration, what you're going to do is go over to preferences, and then under preferences you're going to go to autosave. Under this tab you have the choice to change how often as well as how many times it does save. So right now I have it set to 15 minutes and it saves only 20 projects. So once it hits its 20 project marker, it's not going to autosave anymore. And if this is something you just don't want to have for whatever reason, which again I don't recommend, just go ahead and click off that check mark and it won't autosave ever. The only reason you probably would not want to have autosave is if your computer just cannot handle it and every time it saves it takes forever. So you feel confident enough to save it once in a while where you're willing to wait that time instead of it just automatically saving while you're in the middle of an edit. This last tip is super helpful for performance in your Adobe Premiere. The first one, which I mentioned, which is your cache, a lot of that can cause issues with slowing down and just not being able to render or anything like that. It causes really weird, funky problems that I've had where all I have to do is just clear the cache and it solves most of my problems. But if you want to have more performance and you have a computer that can handle this, I'm talking like you have a RAM that is more than 16 gigabytes, what you can do is go over to your preference tab again and then go under memory. In the newer version it seems that it designates specific RAM to each software where you're not able to customize that anymore. In the older versions, if you have like a 2018, 19 or even a 2021, then you're able to actually put in how much you want for each software. And honestly I haven't seen any difference in performance when it's running all these applications together. It seems to even everything out, and I think it just balances out to what it needs to be. If you have multiple software open like After Effects, Adobe Premiere, Encoder, Photoshop, you're going to want to make sure that you balance out that RAM. And if you have a computer where you're willing to sacrifice performance, you can go over to this tab and you can change this to optimize for memory, where then it's going to make sure that it doesn't use up so much RAM that your other applications aren't able to run. but your performance is going to be lacking. If you want to have more performance, definitely make sure that this is selected for performance. So guys, that is my 5 tips. I hope this was helpful for you. I wish I knew these tips when I was first getting into Adobe Premiere, or even just kind of going through it. Like, there were so many errors that I was encountering and so many things I wish I knew about performance and all of this that is super helpful and can help your workflow. If you want more little tips on this and you don't really know what to search, or you're looking for better performance or something like that, let me know down in the comments and I'll create a video that is specifically about that. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Make sure you leave a like if you actually enjoyed this video. If you didn't, I don't really care if you leave a like or not, but I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.